Heyo everybody, it's Anime James here, back again to give you another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. So, why have I been gone so long? Well, in case you don't know, I've actually been in the process of moving. I've actually been on a bit of a road trip and, well, I'm actually in Oklahoma right now. So, pretty much, I've been kind of taking a break from doing Pokemon videos, but now that I'm back, and I'm here to give you another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. So as you can see, on my team, I got a Mega Swampert, a Flareon. Oh god, I'm drawing a blank here. My Misdreavus, my Snorlax, my Suicune, and my Hawlucha. And my opponent is also sporting the Mega Swampert, a Gengar, a Primal Kyogre, a Cradily, a Dialga, and a Rayquaza. So, yeah, let's just get this battle over with then. Okay, so I decided to swap it to start off with my Mega Swampert. My opponent decides to start off with their Mega Swampert too. And in case you didn't know, Mega Stones for Mega Swampert and the other starters and other Pokemon are available now. I'll leave the code in the description. So, me and my opponent decide to Mega Evolve right off the back to our Mega Swamperts, and for some reason, I decided to use a Ice Punch instead of an Earthquake. Honestly, I think now that I think about it, an Earthquake would have done the job better than an Ice Punch, because my opponent decides to go for an Earthquake too, an Earthquake themselves. I go for an Ice Punch, and look at that! Look at how much damage I did. Not that much. And look at how much damage my opponent does. He takes away like half of my Mega Swampert's HP. I guess thinking about it now, I'm an idiot and I should have went for Earthquake. So I decided to swap into my Nacho Libre, because I know that he's going to use another Earthquake. And luckily, my Nacho Libre is a flying type, so I go for a Hone Claws. And I guess my opponent thought that my Nacho Libre was actually like a Power Herb Sky Attack set, so he goes for the Hydro Cannon. But actually, my Hawlucha is a Focus Sash Hone Claws set. That's honestly better than a Sky Attack Power Herb set. So now that I got the free setup, I got another Hone Claws to my arsenal. My opponent's gonna need to recharge, and I go for the boosted Acrobatics. Like, seriously, I love this Hawlucha set. You can go ahead and use it if you want. I don't care. I'm not gonna sue you for copyright. So so my opponent decides to send out their Primal Kyogre and activate that beastly animation. I mean, just look at how beastly that is. Look at that. I just really love the Primal evolution forms. So my opponent's going to activate the Primordial Sea. My Nacho Libre is going to go for a high jump kick because, you know, why not? Hone Claws boosted and it gives stab. And my opponent defeats the Kyogre, it outspeeds it thanks to the Unburdened ability. And so my opponent decides to send out a Cradily, and for some reason I thought Grass-type Pokemon resist Fighting types, so I went for an Acrobatics instead. And one of the weirdest moments is that my opponent goes for the Bloom Doom. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what this guy was planning. Like, I think maybe he was probably expecting like a U-turn or a switch out, but why would I? I mean, my Hawlucha is boosted. So now I decided to send out my Yoko Littner. And this was actually a misclick. I wanted to go for a Flame Charge to boost up my speed, but it turns out that I was thinking like Flame Charge was where Flare Blitz was on my Yoko, but that's actually for my Incineroar set, my Knuckles the Cat. And so my opponent sends out his Gengar. He's gonna go for the Focus Miss, and it hits. Like, seriously, I'm taking a bit of grain of salt from that, because, and if that's enough, a special defense ball. So I go for a Flare Blitz again. My opponent's Gengar is actually Focus Sashed. So he's gonna live with like a 1 HP, and I was hoping for like a double KO. My Yoko's gonna go down thanks to the Flare Blitz recoil and the Life Orb recoil. So I decided to send out my Witch Hazel to try and finish the job. My Witch Hazel luckily outspeeds this Gengar, and I go for a Calm Mind so I could boost up my special defense and special attack for whatever kind of move they're going to use, like maybe a Dark Pulse or a Shadow Ball. And instead, they go for Hypnosis, and it hits. And now my Mischievous is going to be asleep for the next few turns. Like, what is with my luck? Why are all these easy to miss Pokemon moves like hitting me but not my opponents? So my opponent decides to go for a Thunderbolt. Luckily my Witch Hazel used a Calm Mind so I could take on what kind of abuse this thing is gonna give to her, and he goes for the Dream Eater. Like, wow, a Hypnosis Dream Eater Gengar. I have not seen one of those in a long time. Like, I actually used to have a set like that. So they're gonna keep using the Dream Eater. They're gonna restore a little bit HP with the Dream Eating. And here's where I'm thinking that my Witch Hazel is done, but she actually wakes up, and now I get to go for a Shadow Ball. And I'm not really salty about all the HP misses and all the drains of my HP, because this just means that I get to go for a Pain Split for whatever kind of next Pokemon he brings out. And so he decides to bring out the legit shiny Dialga. I'm not sure if he got that from Omega Ruby, or he got that from Oraz or Diamond and Pearl. But I go for a Pain Split. I'm going to restore a huge bunch of my HP. My opponent's Dialga is going to go down to half. He decides to go for a Dragon Pulse to cancel out the Pain Split. And so I decide to swap out to my Majestic Suicune. I mean, it's seriously, my Suicune is just so majestic. I mean, look at that. Look at that hair, those tail ribbons. Ugh. Like, I just love Suicune so much. So my opponent goes for another Dragon Pulse, and my Suicune is very defensive. He's actually calm nature, so, and his IVs are in special defense. So my opponent's gonna go for the Aura Sphere. I decide to set up for a Tailwind, and just in case, you know, so my Mega Swampert could come in, because, you know, he's down to 50% of health. So my Suicune's going to restore a little bit of HP with the leftovers. My opponent decides to go for a last-ditch effort by using the Roar of Time to try and knock out my Suicune. But ha! Joke's on you! My Suicune is specially defensive, and I decided to go for a Mirror Coat to completely take that thing down. So yeah, that's just pretty awesome. And so I'm going to store a little bit of HP thanks to the leftovers. And my opponent sends out the Mega Rayquaza. Well, not really Mega, because he already used up his Mega slot. So, unfortunately, my Suicune is gonna go down to this Rayquaza. So I decided to go for a last-ditch effort by scolding it, hopefully getting a burn on it. I don't. And now my Suicune's gonna go down to the Dragon Ascent. So here I decided to send out my Snorlax to try and pull off the Z move, because I'm really hoping that my Snorlax will survive any kind of attack this thing gives out. So I'm here clinching everything. I don't want to go into detail for the outrage, and my Snorlax survives, and now I'm gonna get the Z move off. And if that ain't salty enough for you, it's a crit. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today, you guys. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads, but I'm going to try and upload some more. I'm really glad to be back again to give you guys some more entertainment of the Pokemons, and just get ready, because there's going to be some more Pokemon Wi-Fi battles coming. So I hope you all have a good night. Make sure to mega punch that like button to support my channel. And if you really want to really support my channel, you could subscribe. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Later.